Welcome to this post-game press conference after Game 1 of the Salisbury Super Regional in the 2023 NCAA Division III baseball tournament. Salisbury was victorious 10-6 over Rowan. We're joined by representatives of Salisbury, head coach Troy Brohawn, first baseman Danny Sheeler, and shortstop Stephen Rice. So first, Coach, just overall thoughts on the game that just was?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you get to this time of year, you're going to be playing very talented teams, well-coached teams. I thought our guys did a great job. Jimmy went out in the top of the first and established himself on the mound. And then offensively, we came up and established ourselves offensively as far as putting up a 5 spot. Anytime you can do that, it takes a little bit of I don't want to say the pressure, but the weight off your shoulders, and you can play a little more free and easy. And we continued to tack on, and unfortunately we gave up a 5 spot of our own. But the guys responded that bottom half of the inning and put 2 back up, so they responded very well to that. But overall, very satisfied with the way we played. Again, Rowan's a tremendous ball club, and it's going to be a tough one again tomorrow.
Going back to that first inning, 5 runs, and it seemed like it happened in the span of 11, 12 pitches. Can you speak to just that approach of being aggressive early in the count?
I'll let these guys talk about that. I mean, I didn't carry a bat up there today.
Fellas?
I mean, when you see that first good pitch, you don't want to let them get ahead in the count. So if they're just going to flip over a good pitch, you're going to hit it. And I think that's what we all did. I mean, I think we had a few guys who saw 5 pitches and 3 at-bats total today. So
yeah, we knew he was filling up the zone pretty quickly. You were kind of had that mentality you're going to get up there and get something to hit, so you just don't want to miss it. And that's how we kept it going with a lot of our guys.
Well, speaking of not missing things, Danny, you went yard in the 4th. It was a long shot. It was solo. It was also number 13, which tied the program record. I know you really are thinking about that while you're riding the bases, but how does it feel now, knowing that you're tied for the top of the single-season SU home run rankings?
No, yeah, it's definitely an honor. I mean, every at-bat when I'm up there, I'm not trying to do too much. You just got to have the mentality to have a good at-bat, be productive, hit the ball hard, whatever the situation calls for. And, it truly is an honor. But to be honest with you, like you said, I'm not thinking about it too much. And we just want to get one tomorrow and keep playing with the guys. So whatever happens with it, but, it definitely is an honor.
And Stephen, you followed up a 444 line in the regional with a 3-for-5 day today. Coach picked you for a breakout performance in this postseason. How are you feeling when you step into the box?
I'm feeling good right now. Baseball is just, you get hot at different times. At the beginning of the season, I was probably the coldest one on the team, so I picked it up, and everyone else is doing the same, so we'll be good.
I'll open it up for a question from the press.
Coach, you and I were talking about how you said you were so fortunate to have so many of these returning players coming into this postseason. How does it feel to have someone like Sheeler, who's a newcomer this year? How fortunate do you feel having him making such an immediate impact?
Well, I mean, we lost a player in Sky Rahill who was an impact player for us, a leader. I talked to Danny in the offseason when he was thinking about transferring, and I just kept telling him, about the program, the culture here, how big it would be having somebody hit behind Kavi and the fastballs you're going to see with him on base. And it was a good situation. He's taken advantage of it. He's fit right into the program as far as work ethic and values. But he's been a tremendous addition this year.
So, Coach, after that 5 spot of their own and you had to dip into your bullpen, just talk to me about how they were able to come in and get the job done and lock down that offense.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of confidence in our bullpen, and if you look over the past couple of years, when we won it, when we were runner-up, our bullpen was a big part of it. And we have a lot of depth down there. So if somebody comes in and maybe it doesn't look how you want it to look, we move on to the next guy. If that guy comes in and it doesn't look like we want it to look, we'll move on. And that's kind of what we did until we kind of solidified it with Brock there for a few minutes, and then Benji came in, who usually starts. But in a two-game series, our best 2 out of 3, you have the luxury sometimes of maybe using a starter where you haven't had to use them during the season. So having his veteran presence come out of the bullpen, big game experience, was a plus for us today.
Coach, in terms of approach at the plate, felt like you guys weren't really waiting around in the at-bats looking to attack early. Was that something you guys were coming in a mentality, or was that something you found, from.
Well, we knew, just looking at the stat wise, we knew we filled it up pretty good, and he had pitched against us 2 years ago, so we had some charts on him that way, and maybe some things he liked to do, and we just want to compete. Just compete every at bat. Tomorrow's going to be a big one. I know they got their lefty going probably tomorrow, game one, who has tremendous numbers, and we just talked about out here at the end of the game as far as coming in tomorrow with that competitive spirit to compete each and every pitch, and let's not make it easy on them.
It seems like the plan was, as we talked about, being aggressive, getting hits early as you did in the first. Does the plan change tomorrow, or do you stick with that swing at first pitches?
I think it just depends. You kind of get a feel for how the game's going sometimes. Today they kind of came out aggressive and got some balls that they could handle early. I haven't seen the guy throw that's going to throw against us tomorrow. So we'll kind of have to take it at bat, and these guys will pass along the information and see what kind of approach we take from there. But tomorrow's going to be a tough one. It's always a tough one when you're looking to close something out. And again, Rowan's a great ball club. We play them every single year. They have tons of fight in them. So I'm looking forward to the challenge tomorrow, and it's going to be a great ball game.
Danny and Steven, with Jimmy Atkins on the hill, we all know what kind of a competitor he is, and he went out and got you 6 2/3 innings there. He's also a guy who's going to pitch to contact, so you're going to have plenty of chances to play behind him. What is it like fielding with a guy like that on the mound, getting to watch him do what he does?
I mean, yeah, when Jimmy's out there, I think all of our guys, the whole team has full confidence in him. I mean, he's going out there, to the wall, he's getting after it, and you kind of just know when he's on, he's getting on it, or he's on. And we're making the plays behind him. He works really quick, and we just got to keep making these plays like we're making, to keep it going fast, at fast pace. I mean, he's a great pitcher, and he gets after it. It's a lot of fun to watch when you're playing out there in the field. You don't have to worry about much.
Great thing about Jimmy is just his pace. I mean, he gets it and goes, gets it and goes, gets it and goes, gets it and goes, and the guys playing behind him are always on their toes. You get some guys out there that you play behind that kind of take the 15 to 18 seconds to deliver every pitch, and you kind of get lulled to sleep sometimes, being on your toes, ready to make a quick move. But he gets it and goes, and he's a tremendous competitor.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. I mean, he works fast. I've fielded behind him for 5 years now, and he keeps you in the game. Everything's fast paced. Everyone says baseball is a slow game, but he keeps it fast paced and keeps it enjoyable, and he competes. It's just what he does.
With 14 seniors on the roster, it seems like this group, as I've been working since the beginning of this season, even last season, you guys have come together as like a family. Can you guys just talk about that for a minute, just coming together? And
well, I just want to say one thing, and then they can talk. Yesterday we did an interview up in the press box, and I said this to the guys yesterday, and this is the closeness of this group is that. I think the question was, hey, you're 2 wins away from going back to Iowa. What do you think about it? And, Scott Cameron just said, this just gives me an opportunity to compete, to win, to play with my friends, my brothers one more day. And that's kind of the mentality they have. I mean, they're brothers. They've been here for we're not a big transfer school. Some schools are, but these guys have come up through the program. Some of them been here 4 or 5 years. So you develop great relationships that last a lifetime. And when Scotty said that, it just kind of hit home because he wasn't even thinking about Iowa. He was thinking about competing today and tomorrow to get the opportunity to practice again with these guys on Monday. And that struck a chord with me.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, I haven't been here long, but I can 100% say I've never had a team be as much of a as much as a family atmosphere as it's been here. I mean, when you come in here, you're like, I don't know anyone coming in here. You have like a little bit of nerves, but I mean, everyone took me in so fast. It was like they knew me right away, and it's such a pleasure and a joy when you get to do that. You get to come right in, don't have to worry about anything, making any kind of friends. I mean, once I got here, it was I'm part of the family now. It's just I can't say enough about it. It's awesome. I love it so much.
On the other hand, I've been here for 5 years, so the culture that I came into from the seniors that when I was a freshman, we've passed it down from class to class. I mean, there's still 6 of the guys from my class here, including me, and we just want to. I mean, they're my brothers, so I want to do everything I can with them and play with them as long as I can.
Wrapping things up, Coach. 2 chances to win it tomorrow. Game 2, if necessary, Game 3. What's the message to the team as they are now 1 win away from getting back to Cedar Rapids?
Just come out and compete. I mean, you know, Rowan, again, great ball club. They're not going to roll over for anybody. They have their guy they believe in the most on the bump tomorrow, so they're going to have a lot of energy. It's just about us competing every single pitch at the plate, and then setting a tone on the mound that we can match it and play a really good baseball game.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, thank you.